Hey lovies, welcome to another episode of Witchy Wednesday. And I have such an awesome video for you guys today. We're going to be going into my grimoire, doing a little bit of a paint session with you guys and talk about my recipe for black cat oil and pink cat oil. I always thought that there's always a protection one, but I think there'll be a really good one for like love, relationship seeking, sex magic, things like that. So I kind of came up with pink cat oil. Maybe others have done it. I just haven't seen it yet, but I can't wait to show you what we do with that. Let's work a little bit on my grimoire. But I think before we dive into black cat oil specifically, it's really good to kind of get a little bit of a brief history on black cats itself. And it might be different than what you think. So let's get in here and let's get to crafting. Before we get started, I wanted to give you a glimpse of how I keep my grimoire. And I know a tour is coming. I know you guys ask a lot, especially about my previous one, so I swear it's coming. But I keep it pretty much in a shroud that's been protected, and I absolutely adore my grimoire. It's one of my most prized possessions. I, of course, do it in a junk journal style, and I love how the junk journal after the initial video has kind of been a really big calling for people to do the grimoires this way, and a lot of creators are making grimoires this way. So I can't wait to paint and share some of the black cat history. In our modern times, and we can thank movies and things like that, black cats are typically represented as bad luck, but actually they're used as protection and provide warnings, and we will get into that, which I find really, really interesting about the black cat. So yes, they can actually be an omen for good luck if they make themselves known to you. So if a black cat were to pass you, either walking or driving, they are in essence making themselves aware to you. They have an extreme sense of awareness, and they have the ability to see spirits and ghosts and to understand one's experience and feelings kind of outside of the normal perspective. And what I mean by that is that black cats have the power to exist in multiple planes at once, like your physical plane, your astral plane. There's different levels. I believe there's 7 different planes of existence, and black cats can live in all of them simultaneously. And the best thing I love about black cats is, of course, is color. A lot of us have this association with black that it's a negative, but black can be a very beautiful, positive color. If you think about it, black absorbs light. It absorbs the essence of light. So if you're growing a baby in the womb, it's from a dark black place. If you're planting seeds, again, it's from a dark black place. So black is able to absorb the light and make these things grow and flourish and just blossom. It's such a beautiful, beautiful idea of the color black. And black also signifies endings. So it's able to create from light, manifest, grow, and then come to a completion, which is so powerful. And that's why black cats are very spiritual and psychic. They can protect you against spiritual attacks because of their absorption of light. In Egyptian history, a popular personification of the cat is the Egyptian goddess Bastet. Daughter of Ra, the sun god, Bastet is blessed by good fortune, fertility, love, and beauty. Cats in Egypt were often mummified and buried with their pharaohs. Bastet was the sister of Sekhmet and Hathor. Whereas Hathor was the Egyptian goddess of love, beauty, fertility, music, dance, all the things that are best in women, Bastet was more closely associated with her sister Sekhmet, where they were both war and protection goddesses. But Bastet wasn't as dangerous as her sister Sekhmet. She loved war and blood so much that when Bastet was born, Sekhmet lost the favor of Ra and lost her placing. So Bastet became more well-rounded and really a beautiful personification of all three sisters. In Greek mythology, it was said that Hera had changed one of her servants into a black cat in order to punish her. The cat took on a new form and was a servant under a new goddess, and that goddess was Hecate. Hecate is the goddess of witchcraft and the underworld, so naturally, when a cat was accompanied by Hecate, there lies the earliest depictions of cats associating with witchcraft. Germanic societies saw black cats as unlucky and soon took over that they were a sign of impending doom, bad luck, or associated with black magic witchcraft. Fears of the supernatural was already spreading vastly throughout Europe at this time, making black cats an easy target for hexing and bad luck and things like that. Some even believed that witches would shapeshift into cats up to 9 times to conceal their identities, which is interesting because that's where we get cats having 9 lives from. That's where it originated. And across Europe, Europeans began killing off all sorts of cats because of their fear of the impending doom and bad luck. But by doing this, it led to a rise of rodents, which later we know impacted and really began the bubonic plague. Even still, Europeans thought that the bubonic plague was associated with the bad luck of killing off all the cats, but really they just removed their protection. And lastly, in Irish folklore, a fairy called Catshi was said to take a form of a black cat. Catshi was said to protect your household and the farm's harvesting of crops as long as you kept her happy and offered her sweet milk or just milk. History has it that Catshi would take the souls of recently deceased before the gods. So that's why catnip, this is where catnip originated from, was sprinkled inside to keep Catshi in before funerals. Now we are ready to make our black cat oil that's all good for protection, return to sender, and psychic attack. We first start with sage for protection. There's myrrh that's burned as an offering for Ra and awakens your higher self to become more aware and enlightened. Next we have dragon's blood, which is an enhancer for anything that's mixed with it. We have cat's claw for protection, and again getting that attunement of higher vibrations within all of your planes. We have clove, good for success, banishing evil and stopping gossip. Ginger, which speeds up spell works and it aids in nightmares. Star anise, which is good for prophetic visions, clarity, helps invoke deity. Next, we have activated charcoal, which I love. It's a natural treatment that is used to trap toxins and chemicals within the body and allowing them to flush out but not be reabsorbed. We have salt for cleansing. And lastly, we have sandalwood essential oil, which is great for awareness, spiritual connection, emotional support, and it clears confusion in the brain. Next, you want to take all your ingredients and put them in a bottle. I chose 2 really beautiful ornate bottles for my shop, but any bottle will do. Next, I like to leave the actual cat's claws for last with the activated charcoal. You see here that I'm adding the claws. I love this to my mix. I will leave the seller down below. Very reputable, very popular. All of the claws are taken from deceased animals, so check that out if you're interested in making your own. However, if you're vegan, you can definitely leave this out. Next, I'm adding about 20 to 25 drops of sandalwood, a really nice, deep, earthy scent, along with the carrier that is castor oil. For black cat oil, I like to use castor oil, and for pink cat oil, I like to use sweet almond oil. And I absolutely love the end result. I love this bottle. It smells so good. And it's really packed with all of the things that we discussed about the black cat totem and its history. Apply the oils to all the pulse points on your body, specifically in the back of your neck, where it prevents you from psychic attack. Now we're ready to make my pink cat oil. First, we have bay leaf for success, confidence, and joy. Dried orange, the love fruit, for attraction and improving moods and emotions, and it's an attention grabber. Cat's claws, again, for protection and high vibrations within your planes. We have catnip, which is beauty, happiness, really intoxication. It captures the heart of another and makes them yours. Sex and reconciliation. We have rose, ruled by Venus, which is all about love, sex, beauty, and being grounded. Hawthorn berries, which is awesome because it keeps from other people being overly attached to those that you love. Ginseng, which has a sexual potency. Lemongrass, which aids in holding on to the past and sexual freedom, as well as geranium essential oil for good health and good wishes, and grapefruit, which restores your inner power. Once again, you're going to add all of your ingredients into the bottle, leaving the essential oils and the sweet almond oil to the end. Like the black cat oil, you can apply all of these to your pulse points of your body, but this time, instead of the back of your neck, this is perfect for your heart chakra. And you guys, I love the end result of this. I love this bottle. I love how you can see it's clear, unlike the black one, everything that's in it. And it's just a feel good, very romantic, very sexual oil that's so good for the soul. I hope you guys really love this video and enjoy listening to black cat totems and cats in our history. Let me know if you try any of the oils by tagging me at Lipstick Legion Craft. This was such a blast to do with you guys, and just to note that these 2 bottles will be available in my apothecary shop. The link is below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.